What's going on, guys? Wicked Snake here. Today I'm bringing you guys my updated Stone Serpent build. So it's my Argonian Dragonknight. I'm just gonna take a look at the attributes and everything. We got 7 in Magicka, 48 in health, 9 in stamina. We're using the Atronach for the Mundus, just for that Magicka recovery. And we're also using Bewitched Sugar Skulls for the food. Obviously, there's other foods if you don't want to buy the expensive stuff, you don't have to. Um, let's take a look at the character stats. Um, we've got 1700 Magicka recovery. Health recovery is decent. Let's see what we can fully get buffed up to. So fully buffed up, you're at 28,618 physical and spell resistance. Let's get right to the skills right away. First, on the front bar, primary, we have Green Dragon Blood. It's like the biggest thing for Dragonknight, obviously. Drawing your Draconic Blood to heal for 34% of your missing health. You also gain Major Fortitude, Major Endurance, and Minor Vitality, increasing your health recovery and stamina recovery by 30%, and healing received by 8% for 23 seconds. So, that is a big deal because of the fact that you're a tank, you have to block, you're going to lose stamina, and obviously you want to get it back. So this helps really well with your stamina recovery and health recovery for that matter. Then we have Hardened Armor, release your inner dragon to gain major resolve. So this is how you get your buff, your 5,948 physical and spell resistance buff. You gain a damage shield for this morph with Hardened Armor that absorbs up to 6,541 damage for 6 seconds. The portion of the ability scales off your max health. While active, the armor returns 884 magic damage to an enemy that uses a direct damage attack against you in melee damage. In melee range, my bad. Then here's your taunt. This is going to be your up-close taunt. Thrust your weapon with disciplined precision at an enemy, dealing 2,820 physical damage, and taunting them to attack you for 15 seconds. So the taunt lasts for 15 seconds and it drops off, so you always want to make sure you're re-taunting things. Also inflicts minor breach and major breach on the enemy, reducing their physical resistance and spell resistance by 2,974 and 5,948 for 15 seconds. Fragmented Shield. Call the earth to your defense, creating a damage shield for you and your nearby allies that absorbs 3,604 damage. This portion of the ability scales off your max health. You also gain Major Mending, increasing your healing done by 16% for 6 seconds. So this works really well with Green Dragon Blood. When you pop Green Dragon Blood and you use this, it really helps you heal, especially if when you're in a trial or something, or in a dungeon for that matter. If you have a healer by you, you're getting full health right away. That's a big deal. Then we're running Heroic Slash because we're not a Nord, so we want to get that ulti regen fast. Surprise an enemy with the Deep Lunge, dealing 3,384 physical damage and inflicting them with minor maim, reducing their damage done by 5% for 12 seconds. Now that's a nice thing, but the big thing about this is you gain minor heroism, granting you one ultimate every 1.5 seconds for 12 seconds. So it just kind of helps you build your ulti back up whenever you use it, or in general, just helps you build it. Then for the ultimate, so you only want to use Magma Shell in a really bad situation that you know you're not going to make it out of. If anything, you always want to be using Warhorn whenever you possibly can for the team. That's the biggest thing for a tank. But just in case there is that occasion where you need that 12 seconds of immortality, because that's technically what Magma Shell is. Ignite the molten lava in your veins, limiting incoming damage to 3% of your max health, and dealing 843 flame damage to nearby enemies each second for 12 seconds. So, again, very good, very big deal. We'll go on to Overflowing Altar. So pretty much you just sacrifice a little bit of your health, and then sacrifice your life essence to conjure a fountain of blood to apply minor life steal to enemies in the area, healing you and your allies for 635 health every 1 second when damaging them. Allies in the area can activate the Blood Feast synergy, healing for 65% of their max health. So again, this is really good for the team. Like if somebody's really low and you put this down, they're getting a really nice heal out of it. Then we got their Wall of Elements. Slam your staff down to create an unstable storm barrier in front of you, dealing 663 shock damage to enemies in the target area every 1 second, and setting concussed enemies off balance for 7 seconds. When the effect ends, the barrier explodes, dealing 3,691 shock damage. Okay, so you can use a lightning staff to get that off balance, but you can also use an ice staff if you want to feel a little more safer on the back bar when you're bar swapping. Then we got chains, unrelenting grip. Launch a fiery chain to grasp and pull an enemy to you, dealing 2,743 flame damage. Hitting the target grants you major expedition, increasing your movement speed by 30% for 4 seconds. If the target cannot be pulled, you restore 100% of the ability's cost as magicka. Then you have inner rage. This is going to be your range taunt. So if you can't get at something right away and you need something's going after one of your guys, or anything of that matter, you want to pull the ad or whatever it may be, the boss. If you lose taunt, hopefully you do not lose taunt. You want to pull it back towards you. And you can't poke it, so you want to just pull it with this the range taunt. Ignite the fires of hate in an enemy's heart, dealing 2,287 magic damage, and taunting them to attack you for 15 seconds. A ranged ally targeting the taunted enemy can activate the radiate synergy, dealing 4,668 magic damage. I'm sorry, I'm slurring my words. Magic damage to them over 3 seconds, then an additional 5,139 magic damage to them and other nearby enemies. So it's a really big deal. Good taunt. I mean, it's one of the 2 taunts in the game. Then we have Echoing Vigor. Now, there's a reason we're running Vigor. I will get to that in a moment. But Vigor is pretty much let loose a battle cry, instilling you and your allies with resolve and healing for 7,665 health over 9.3 seconds. And then we have, of course, Warhorn as our ultimate, which is kind of what we pop more so than Magma Shell. We're going to be popping that a lot more. So just so I can revert back to this right away, the Echoing Vigor, we're going to go and we're going to look at our sets right away. So with this build, we're still running the Master's Perfected Sword and Board. For the 2-piece, when you deal damage with puncture, you heal for 6,153 health and gain spell and physical resistance equal to the amount of healing or overhealing done for 5 seconds. The healing scales off your max health. Okay, so in this particular setup, we are not running a monster set. This is our monster set. We are running the Master's Perfected set, the Sword and Board, with Eben, Powerful Assault. And so what I was saying, the reason we're running Vigor is because when you cast an assault ability while in combat, you and up to 5 group members within 10 meters gain 296 weapon and spell damage for 10 seconds. So of course you could swap the set out for, you know, if you want to use like Worm Cult, but we're already using Eben, so I don't know if you really want Worm Cult. It's kind of hard to blend certain sets together. But this is what we're running. We're running Helmet of the Powerful, or not the Helmet, but the Powerful Assault itself, and Eben. Eben's always a great set. Increases your max health by 988 for you and up to 11 other group members within 28 meters of you. So if you're in a trial and you got group members with some lower health, like there's some people that I know that only have 22k compared to the 25 most people have now. So it's always nice to just run this because it just helps your team. It really does. Of course, you're going to want to infuse on all the jewelry and magicka recovery glyphs. Sturdy on most of the stuff up here. But yeah, that's the sets we are running still. So it's the same thing as we had in the build video about 9 months ago. Let's get the champion points done. To save time, I'm just going to go over what's on the champion bar. So for our 4-piece for the blue, while you have a shield or frost staff equipped, your spell and physical resistance is increased by 1900. That's Bulwark, and then we have Duelist Rebuff, reduces your damage taken by single target attacks by 2% per stage. Then we have Unassailable, reduces your damage taken by area of effects attacks by 2% per stage. And then we have Arcane Supremacy, we're working on maxing that out. And then we can go over to the green. We've got Rationer, adds 10 minutes to the duration of any foods or drink that increases your character's stats per stage. And then we have Liquid Efficiency, whenever you use a potion or a poison, you have a 10% chance to not consume it. And then we have Steed's Blessing, increases your out-of-combat movement speed by 4% per stage. Honestly, in the green tree, I think you can kind of do whatever you want. But it's completely up to you again. Then we'll go to the red tree. This is kind of one of the big things for a tank. Boundless Vitality. Pretty much get an extra 1400 max health, grants 28 max health per stage. Fortified grants 34.6 armor per stage. So we have a total of 1731 armor. Then we have rejuvenation. Grants 1.8 health, magic, and stamina recovery per stage. 10 health, 90 health, magic, and stamina recovery. And then we have bloody renewal. We're still working on maxing that out. Restore 300 stamina per stage whenever you kill an enemy. Alright, so that is all the champion points. I just want to keep it short, so I'm just going to show you what I have slotted. Let's see. Some other skills maybe to keep your eye on. Definitely Molten Weapons and Stone Fist definitely can help out. Stone Fist helps out a lot of trials. Let's see, Shield Wall. I mean, this is a good skill if you have a problem with stam, I guess. If you need a block, I mean, this is a really good ultimate to have. You want to get all your passives in. Undaunted, Bone Shield. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you really wanted, you could. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not terrible, but I think that you can block, and hardened armor is perfect enough. I don't really. I mean, you can use shields if you really need it. Again, and the thing about this build is the reason I call it the Stone Serpent is because of the fact that we're an Argonian Dragonknight. So a lot of the Dragonknight's abilities they kind of like turn into stone guys. You know what I mean? They harden up. I mean, for instance, the ability's called hardened armor. But being an Argonian, the cool part of that is your max magicka and max stamina by 1,000 when you drink a potion. This is the biggest thing about being an Argonian. When you drink a potion, you restore 3,125 health, magicka, and stamina. So, you know, you're getting really low. You really need to pop Magma Shell, but you don't have any ult. I mean, you're low on resources, you've been taking a beating. All you gotta do is pop a potion. And it's perfect if you pop a Tri-Stat potion, because that's a big bonus. Like, you're pretty much going back to full on everything. I mean, it's very good. I mean, compared to a Nord, I mean, I have a Nord Sork. Hopefully you guys have seen my other video about that. But I'm always gonna be in love with my DK. I mean, it's just still a solid build. It won't ever not be a solid build. I think they're the best tanks in the game. But yeah, that's just kind of what we're looking at right now. We're gonna work on golding some more stuff out so we get that, you know, that 5 equipment bonus. Not that it really matters, but always could help. But I really appreciate you guys checking out the video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, whatever time you checked into the video. And thanks guys for watching. If you want to see more of this, let me know. Please like, subscribe, maybe comment. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day.